Good late Tuesday evening. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly checking in on this October 9th of 2018. It has been a busy day, not only for me, but for Mr. Hetty and Mr. Hayslip himself. We had quite a few bouts of rain and thunderstorms working throughout the area throughout the course of the day. So let's just go to the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Let's break down what happened today. We had our system finally return in the form of cold front as we went throughout the course of the day. That triggered a good line of strong and severe thunderstorms from about Oklahoma City, western and central Oklahoma. It went from Oklahoma City up the Turner Turnpike over to Tulsa and Green Country. Then that line plowed right through the area here, giving us our share of strong and some severe thunderstorms. As the system worked on through, have a look at what it left behind. At least a few storm reports. We'll zoom in on a few here. We have back at 12:29, just before 12:30, this afternoon, we had a funnel cloud reported by the public out in Coffeyville in southeastern parts of Montgomery County as that line was working into southeastern Kansas. Thankfully, I don't think anything touched down, certainly nothing in terms of damage or injuries with that. Then, as the line worked into the western sides of Joplin, it was just strong enough to put down what we think is a microburst or a strong burst of wind coming out of the thunderstorm that resulted in some damage close to the intersection of Central City Road and 7th Street, just on the western sides of Joplin proper. Not to mention they had the anemometer at the Joplin Regional Airport reporting a wind gust of 49 miles per hour. So these storms packed a bit of a punch. And not only that, they left some of us soaked, especially on the Kansas and Oklahoma side. That's where the brunt of the heavier rain was ever since we began the day at midnight. 1 to 3 inches in a good number of locations, not to mention a few spots north and east of Humboldt and Iola. Radar estimates suggesting out that way, pushing 3, maybe 4 inches of rain. Then you notice how the rain chances, or the rain totals rather, taper off as soon as that line worked into southwestern Missouri. That's when it started to lose some steam. The Skywatch Storm Tracker shows the line proper working across central Missouri, all the way from the Iowa-Missouri border down through Columbia, Rolla, Waynesville, Fort Leonard Wood, the central Ozarks, all the way down to about northern parts of Arkansas. That line is not severe. We're getting a break here, but can't rule out some additional scattered showers, maybe a few thunderstorms throughout the overnight, but not on the scale of what we had during the course of the day. 78 for an official high today at the Joplin Regional Airport. So despite all the clouds, the rain, and the thunderstorms, we did manage to warm up after we started right around the mid-60s this morning. And that low of 64, that is actually where the city of Joplin sits right now. But the latest numbers show nearing the 11 o'clock hour a little uptick to about 65. But that west breeze is starting to kick in behind the cold front that is just beginning to work on into the area. Not only that, it's kind of muggy still, with the humidity pretty high at 93%. Most locations sitting in the mid-60s, but you notice how we have the cooler air ready to work on in. Once we get this cold front that I'm gesturing here for you across much of the area, that is when everybody will tap into the colder air. Back to the maps we go, and we'll widen the view out of the Skywatch Storm Tracker again. We're getting a break in the action here, but we're noticing a few more showers trying to get going between, let's say, Wichita and Oklahoma City along the east of I-35. Some of that will fill in and work through here. That's going to be our shot for overnight rain, maybe a few thunderstorms as well. But behind the system, you see how the colder air is forcing some of the rain to change to snow out in western South Dakota, Nebraska, northeast Colorado, and clipping areas close to about Colby, Kansas, Goodland, and northwestern corner of Kansas, and even clipping southwest Nebraska around McCook. That's our big weather story, but the other big weather story over the next few days especially will be this hurricane finally ejecting out of the Caribbean Sea and getting ready to work into the country from the Gulf of Mexico. That is Hurricane Michael, with the latest advisory showing it as a pretty potent Category 3 storm with 125 mile per hour sustained wind speeds and moving north at 12 miles per hour. There is a chance this could briefly go to a Category 4 storm with 130 mile per hour sustained wind speeds by the time we get our workday underway. Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, as you shift into different time zones, so as you work across the Florida Panhandle. In Central Time terms, this will be making landfall close to about 2 o'clock going into Wednesday afternoon, but in general, between 1 and 4 o'clock, that's when Hurricane Michael will make landfall. Maybe as a Category 4 or either a Category 3, but it will be a major hurricane as it makes landfall, with the outgoing forecast suggesting that. Then, as it works over land, it'll start to weaken as this continues to work across the southeastern U.S., but still, it's not going to be just an issue for Florida. It'll be an issue for most of Georgia, then into the Carolinas as we go through Thursday, and then it finally ejects back out into the Atlantic, and we say goodbye to Michael as we go into Friday and the rest of the weekend. We will not have to worry about Michael, but let's focus on the front proper, because it still needs to push on through. Until it does, we can't rule out a few more scattered showers, maybe a few random thunderstorms, but again, nothing strong, nothing severe is expected. By the time we start heading back to work and school, I think we're pretty much done with the rain chances. Still can't rule out a random shower, but you'll definitely notice the temperatures throughout the day tomorrow. We'll be starting out in the middle 50s across much of the area. Then we'll have afternoon highs with that west breeze at 10 to 15, almost 15 to 20 degrees cooler than where we topped out at today. So we'll start at 55, 59 by lunchtime, and then afternoon highs will top out right around 63. Have a look at where we go Wednesday night going into Thursday morning. Near 50 by 10 o'clock, and we could be flirting with the 40-degree mark as we go into Thursday morning. So it'll be definitely a cool start for your Thursday, and with high pressure keeping the cooler air in place for Thursday under mostly sunny skies, most of us will struggle to hit 60 degrees as we go into Thursday. Most locations top out at 59. I'm watching another chance for rain and thunderstorms Friday and Saturday. That'll keep temperatures very fall-like. 56 Friday, 62 on Saturday. Then as the rain chances taper off, the temperatures stay pretty cool. 58 Sunday, 54 Monday, and 62 for a high on Tuesday. But let's keep an eye on Sunday night and Monday night. There is a potential that some of us could see our first frost as we go into early next week. Have a good night. Have a great Wednesday.